and welcome back. Don't mind the hair. So, I am going to make potato gnocchi for dinner. If you've never had it, it's potato and flour and some seasonings, and it sort of tastes like Parmesan ravioli. That's the only way I can explain it. It's just like it's very a tender noodle that's just a little bit more rich in flavor. It's really good. Or like a dumpling. So, for this recipe, I need 2 pounds of potatoes. I don't have a kitchen scale. So, if you take 2 medium-sized russet potatoes, put it in your hand, that is about 1 pound of potato. So in total, I'm going to do 4. But I also think I'm going to make some more potato rolls to kind of go with my potato theme. So I'm probably in all, I'm going to make like 6 or 8 potatoes. So, see you in a bit. So here we are, back in the kitchen, and I have my mashed potatoes, and they have been cooling. Now, down here, I don't know if you can hear it, but I have Christmas clock. Alright, 2 cups of flour. If I was doing like a regular recipe, I would just eyeball the flour. But since this is a recipe I've never done before, I'm going to try to get it pretty exact here. Okay. Now, some salt. Pretty decent amount because potatoes absorb salt. So I probably did about a tablespoon. The recipe I'm following didn't say. It just said use salt, so I used a pretty good amount. Alright. Another thing that the recipe did not say to do, but I'm going to, is I'm going to sift my flour with my potatoes, because I just want to be sure that it's going to be really light. You know, you could probably even get like a mixer or something, fluff it up. But I think sifting 2 cups of flour, that's really easy. And I think so my potato gnocchi has even a little bit more flavor. I'm gonna add a little garlic powder. Let's do some oregano. Oregano and Italian seasoning. So good. Just some garlic powder. It's your kitchen. Do whatever you want. Alright, I'm just going to take my hand and I'm just going to break it up a little bit. Make sure I went through the potatoes when they cooled with a potato masher. But I'm just going to go through with my very clean hands and just make sure there's no extra little lumps or bumps or anything. Okay, that feels pretty good to me. Okay, I'm going to roll this out. haven't really even done anything, and it just smells really good. Alright, I'm going to make a little well here in the middle. I'm going to add my egg. Just like that. And I have my flour over here if I feel like I need it. There's my egg. Very sticky dough. I'm glad my countertop's very clean. Alright, let's just get a little bit more flour. My hands need a little bit of help here. Alright, I am just going to keep mixing. I don't think I'm going to need any more flour. I can already kind of feel it's starting to mold together really well. So I'm going to stop it here. I'm just going to keep mixing and I will check back in with you. Here is the finished product. See that? It's not dry, it's not too squishy. I have a floured surface here. Okay. Now I'm going to put a little flour on my pastry dough scraper, bench scraper, whatever it's called. Okay, I'm going to slice it into 4 pieces. Okay, bring this flour back. And now, like when you had Play-Doh as a kid, I'm going to roll it out. Okay, you don't want to push down, just kind of light, even pats, and just rolling it back and forth. Because if you push down too hard, then it flattens and you can't roll it. You don't want too much flour, just enough so it won't stick on your fingertips. And as far as thickness, I kind of want it about that thick, maybe just a little bit thinner than that. Like, maybe like 1/2-inch pieces. Alright, I think I'm going to cut that in half and work with that separately. Because for whatever reason, this side is working with me a lot better. Alright, I'm just going to kind of make it even here. Alright. Okay. Grab my bench scraper and let them about like that. About 1-inch pieces. They're going to look a little bit like pillows. Now what I've seen some people do is they'll just take their thumb and push down in the middle. Kind of like that. And it allows sauce to gather into it. Also, I've seen other people just roll down onto a fork. That makes a cute little style too. I think I like the little pillow technique. This recipe is probably slightly time consuming. It's probably going to take me like, I don't know, 40 minutes probably to roll all this out. So if you're wanting it for dinner tonight, just make sure you give yourself enough time here. It's actually kind of fun. So the sauce I'm going to be using for these, I'm going to make, so that TikTok recipe that was so viral, I think it was like last summer or something, it's feta cheese and grape tomatoes and garlic, and you put olive oil all over it, and then you put like some oregano or pepper on it. Anyway, I'm not the biggest fan of feta cheese myself, so I use goat cheese. And that is very good to me. So same recipe, but I use goat cheese, and that's what I'm going to use on this. What I've seen other people use is they will just take a little bit of bacon and fry it up in a pan and reserve that oil and add some like pepper and just some different spices to that. Maybe a little tiny touch of cream. And they'll just toss the potato gnocchi in that and top it with some Parmesan. Because these are like pretty heavy, you know. It's potato and flour. So, anyway. Yeah. I'm just going to keep rolling out. And then I will show you the finished product. Da-da-da-da! Okay, here they are, all done. I just set them out on a pan, and I just added a tiny bit more salt and garlic pepper. And I'm going to set these aside, and I'm going to work on my potato bread for the spaghetti. And it's not going to hurt these to sit out for a little while. And you have two options. One is you can boil some water, put these in. I think they take about 2 to 3 minutes to cook, similar to ravioli. And when they float to the top, they're done. Or you can grab a little bacon or pancetta if you have it, or some kind of like, you know, salty, very fragrant pepperoni, I suppose you could do. Fry it up in a pan with a little bit of oil, maybe like some onion and garlic. And you could cook them that way, just kind of brown them a little bit. You could probably even do both. I mean, you could brown them just for like a minute and then cook for another 2 if you wanted. I think I'm just going to put them in a pot and boil them and call it a day. So I will show you the very finished product when I'm done. Thank you for joining me.